And welcome back to Anime Den TV, and get ready for another bad video review. Why? Because that's what I do. This time around we've got, of course, the Griffon Enterprises Shining Seena Figure. It's a Figutto, and those who aren't familiar with Figutto, these are pretty much Griffon's version of the Figma figure. So you have a look in the, and again the light aperture in here is pretty bad. In the windowed part of the box you can see, of course, there's some extra faces. There's a figure, there's some other accessory bits in there. It is pretty hard to see. Let's see if we can get a bit of a better shot on it. And there's all the bits. So the box itself has got, of course, again, the picture of the figure on the front. It tells you, of course, it's number 10 out of their release, so obviously they're a little bit behind the guys from Griffon. Of course, that's all the information. And of course, it's from Japan, so it's all in Japanese. Because again, on the back you get a few inspirational ideas of what you can and can't do with your figure. So yeah, you get an indication, you get some spare arms, you get swords, you get spare fringes and bits and other pieces. Yeah, you get an idea of a few stands, and then come around you get a nice little image from the actual game itself. I'm pretty certain, I've never watched or played Shining Wind, so I'm assuming it's probably a video game / anime. So that's that, and we'll get it out of the box and we'll continue from there. Now we've got the Shining Winds Figutto Seena out of the box. Those who watch my review or are about to watch my review on the other Shining Winds figure, which was a Kuraha, will notice I kept saying that in the Death Note figures that came from Figutto, they actually had this, which is a bits box. And this figure's actually got it, which is really, really cool. I'm going to have to get my other set of hands here to give us a hand. Get that out. Now in the box when you first get it out, and this is a bits box, it's a nice little sort of hard plastic case. In it, of course, you'll get your display stand and your scissor back part for putting your figure up. And then when you've actually finished, you can put all your bits in this box. So all your spare hands, so you've got, you know, your nice little sprue with all your spare hands on. It comes in 3 layers when you open the box up. Notice you have the layer which protects it all, which is the sort of the gate, for the window. And then of course you have your hands in a sprue, and that could just go straight in there, which makes it a lot easier for keeping stuff together. You know, you don't lose bits when you've got something like that going on. And then there's of course the figure, because you see there's some weaponry there. There's of course the actual figure itself, and as with every figure out there, there's about 50 million pieces of plastic stuck over them. Because there's another sword, and of course 2 alternate faces. So let's crack in, get her out of the box and get it displayed up. And of course getting it together, how's this for a little bit of bad luck? So this is the back sprue. This is the bit you use to obviously display them out on the display stand. So that's the part you would normally put into the base. So you can see there's a nice little bit of sprue there. And of course comes onto the sort of the joint for creating it. And unfortunately in this version, which is going to make it a little bit more entertaining, it's actually missing the bottom sprue, which means displaying her out means I'm going to have to actually just pinch a display part off one of my other figures. But it looks like, actually, you just flip over there, my wonderfully talented wife has actually managed to make her stand on her own. So take a bow. Oh, that's Pip. She normally operates the camera and she hates being on camera, so I thought I'd just do that for shits and giggles. But yes, she can make figures stand where I can't. See, this is why you need someone who's got a steady hand instead of just a clumsy oaf. So we'll kick back and we'll get it finished off and we'll come back in a moment. This is why we don't normally film the assembly process, because you see halfway through trying to get it done, one of the legs have fallen off. And you can also see we've got a mindful little helper that always wants to get in and pull stuff out. Hey mate, what are you doing? So we've now got a one-legged Seena. But just like the Figma figures, it's as simple as just ball joining them back in and just clicking them back on. And away we go.
No, not that one. This come apart.
Clean her out of the box. And it gets that lovely little ABS plastic sort of feel, you know, sort of see, because again, I think that's movable. We've got to be a little bit careful, unfortunately, because you see him watching the video, we can't move it too much. But is that very sort of typical Figma Figutto figure? It's very sort of mobile. Yeah, all the legs and knees ratchets, very colourful. You can sort of see come around. You know, they've got, you know, they've actually chased the appropriate emblems down the leg. You know, poncho's painted all the way around. Just keep coming around without dropping it. Probably the only thing difference between these and a Figma figure is they're not as layered. You know, these all sort of, you know, Figma would probably have layered that where that's not. It's sort of just a single piece. But very nice figure. That's of course an attachment. That was what we were playing with a couple of moments ago on the video. They were putting that in the scabbard. And that scabbard will take the rapier sword that she's holding at the moment, and she does come with a second red sword. And there we go. There is of course the Figutto Griffon Enterprise Seena ball joint figure. Very cool figure. That's of course the parts box now all there, everything in it, the swords, the hands, the back part is broken unfortunately. You see, because they're very well detailed. You can see that it's an extremely well detailed figure. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.